future's now, old man.
I got more than a few people that said, when are you going to do your kind of LLC roundup? This has become something of a tradition every year where we collect this data. What did we spend? What did we spend it on? What were the highlights? Where are we up? Where are we down? That's what we're going to talk about today, EJ.
Numbers.
But numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
I don't know anything about any numbers.
We produced, Red Cow Entertainment, produced 177 videos in the year of 2025. This is low for us, technically. We're normally in the 200s. We've been in the 300s before. We uploaded and released publicly 303 videos this year. And one of the things you're going to find is that this year was an all-time record, after tracking for like 10 years for watch time. So the watch time's up. So a lot of the videos, the reason that you saw a lower quantity was because some of them were quite a bit longer, like the Doug Walker reviews and the Confused Matthew interview.
Those are bangers.
We're going to talk later about what our favorite media of 2025 was. From my perspective, it was slim pickings, unless you let me choose our own content. And I'm like, oh shit, well, the Cannibal Doc and I really like what we made this year.
You chose like 28 hours of content for our New Year's stream there, and it's like, yeah, man, you couldn't take anything out.
Yeah, just kept pulling me in, and then it stopped after 20. I didn't realize that they won't let you stream for more than 24 hours, and Premiere won't let you export a file that's longer than 24. I had to do some kind of like Frankensteining in QuickTime or whatever, but I'll never do it again because you can't even stream it. But it did kind of make me think. I was like, there's so much content that we've uploaded over the years. You could easily make it 24/7. Like if you like just like banked a bunch of these, you could easily be streaming 24 hours.
Well, that could be a new channel, Red Cow 24/7.
Red Cow Live. Like, does that sort of thing just collect monetization? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe it's worth a shot. Who knows? So of those 177 videos, 128 of them were edited Red Cow clips, the kind that you see on the Red Cow Arcade channel most of the time. 106 of those were edited by outside editors. Because I also keep a slob leaderboard. Are you interested in the slob leaderboard?
Tell me.
In 2025, Frankie Frayne, edited 24% of all clips that went into the pool. Far and away, the biggest editor of all the clips.
You're your own biggest slob.
Yeah. But after that, our biggest slob was John Finger, who we've not interviewed yet, and I intend on it.
We have to.
So I did 22 videos. He did 16 videos. I did 11 hours of content. He did 5 hours of content. His average video was about 19 minutes. Mine was about 30. He's number 2. Jason, right behind him, 15 videos. He edited 4 hours and 47 minutes. He edited 11% of everything.
My boy.
Jason tends to grabs the clip, he gets the clip edited, he gets it in my lap. He's real, sometimes the edits are quick and dirty, but they're generally always serviceable. He somehow finds a good balance. Fingy, he makes them nice. He gives you a nice solid. And then Scotty Dunn with 11 videos at almost 4 hours of edited content, followed by Levi with 10 videos and 3 hours and 30 minutes, followed by Trevor, who's also been on the show, at 8 videos and 3 hours and 10 minutes. And a lot of these guys also, some of that quantity is clips from like the longer reviews. Like we split up to Boldly Flee and Suburban Nights and Kickassia into like 5s or 6s, and we all that's how we were able to get them out kind of quickly. And then Chris LaRue, one of our editors who also has done all of our Blu-ray case inserts, and he did the sleeves for the VHS tapes. He did 9 videos and 2 hours and 46 minutes. You got Zach McFink at 9 videos and 2 hours and 33. Then you got Connor from Providence. He just started like 3 months ago, and Connor's killing it. Connor's like coming in. He's like a master editor. He's doing them fast. He's doing them long. So he'll be catching up to everybody this year easily. But in that very short time, he did 8 videos and 2 hours and 42 minutes of content. Then you got Mike Ruffino at 6 videos and 1 hour and 31. You got Harper, who also started with us. She started around the same time Connor did, around Halloween time. And she's already done 5 videos. She's been doing a great job. 1 hour and 28 minutes. A lot of like Connor and Harper and a lot of these, they like know the content. They know us, and that's how you know it's going to be a good edit. And then there's this guy, EJ Massa. He only did 3 videos.
What a fucking slacker.
Then you got Todd Ross at 3. He was a big player in 2024. We have Will Finch, who did 1. He just started, so he'll be doing more. There's like one guy named Antonio Phillips who just he did one of the clips from the Hats Off video, and it was okay. And I thought maybe he'd do more, but he was like, all right, I'm done.
Well, that's fine.
And then I won't say who, but yeah, then there was a bad slob that did a bad job. And He was gone. So 128 of those, 106 were edited by people who aren't us. 26 Red Cow full podcast episodes. It's cheating a little bit because it's redundant, but there's 26 of those, and they take their own effort to get them up online. 5 Boxmax, 4 TikTok/Reels, 4 Junts Cart season compilations. There's a theme here. These are kind of cheats. 4 What's in Junts Carts though. You got like Big Lots, Party City, Joanne Fabrics, a Yankee Candle Shop, Rentham Outlets, Malice the Grandma's Attic. 2 Gloria Goes To, Great Wolf Lodge, and New York City. I really like the New York City video. 2 EJ reviews. I think I got 2.
Probably the bread maker and the air fryer.
Yeah. I think at the time I didn't count the Christmas TV. Oh, and then there was the trash TV. So really 4.
Well, and build your own Game Boy. Those are like technology ones.
Oh, there's 5. Yeah. See, look, I totally undercut you there. 1 No Views and 1 Unboxing Mac. The 10-year unboxing Mac. So some stats. We reached 15,773 subscribers on RCA and 23,658 on Red Cow. The Patreon stayed pretty much stable. Last year's was $12,645 from Patreon. This year was $12,631, so almost identical. Let me make sure that's true. Okay, so we're actually up $3.
Woo!
Our merch gross earnings were low at 2,247. We didn't do a big tape this year. We didn't put out a big Blu-ray. We didn't do a lot of physical media stuff this year. So we only sold 66 Blu-rays. Normally we sell like 150 or something. But we did sell a few more digital downloads than normal, 31 up from 24. And we sold 26 shirts and hats. Although I think a new batch just came in, but it was after the new year. So we put up new Beardy and the Hat. We earned $12,700 from AdSense on YouTube. So you combine those two, the total gross is a little more than $25,000 this year. And it is an all-time high by a little bit. It was like out-earned last year just like a little bit. $25,000 is what we grossed. Could you live off of $25,000? No.
Not here.
Does $25,000 make it a healthy little kind of like after work operation? Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, it's a nice little hobby. It pays for itself, and we can have some fun with, with our editors, and they can make a little money. It's nice.
So we spent about $12,000. So we spent about half of that. So $3,725 was spent on equipment. So that included new hard drives, new microphones, some printers. I bought my printers, and some new lenses for you because you ended up with like a lens problem. Editors were paid a sum of about $6,500. And it was quite a bit up from last year. Last year was the first year that we kind of started the whole slob operation. And at the time I was like, well, a clip brings in $30 max lifetime, like per video. We have a backlog, so it accumulates more than that. That's the, so if you have 1,000 videos and every video makes $1 every month, then, that's how you end up with $1,000. But it seems fair to me that the value of a clip should be the value that it brings in. And then, what happened, and my expectation at the time was they would just give it a light edit, just take the effort off of me. And then they all gave them like deluxe suite edits, and it became like premium content. You know what's Red Cow shit? Mulch. So that's how we've ended up with this new standard. And so I tend to pay more like $60, $65 a clip now. That's kind of what it's turned into. So it's way up from last year across time.
Yeah.
And, that's still obviously for their time. If they're spending several hours on an edit, then obviously $60 might not be worth it to him, but hey, it almost pays for a Donkey Kong Bonanza. I just keep smashing stuff. And some of them even enjoy editing the videos. That's the crazy part. We spent about $1,000 on expenses for shows. So it was like food, technology, software, that sort of stuff. Like I think half of that is Riverside. You accidentally caused us to buy a lot more from Riverside.
Yeah, because they asked me, it's like, oh, do you want to try the streaming? And we had a couple streaming episodes that we did, the 8-bit AVGN. I'm like, oh yeah, because if you don't do that, it's like it puts a watermark on it, and I'm like, I don't want a watermark. Sure, we'll do that. And then it doubled our bill, so I was like, oh, I got to revert this because I don't think we'll use it that much.
And then about $1,300 for business expenses. So before I was talking about like food that we brought like to do a show, like if you're doing a show about mac and cheese, you buy the mac and cheese. This was food like we all go out to lunch afterwards type of stuff. So about $1,300 in that sort of stuff, food, domain renewals, and the LLC filing. So the LLC filing is about $550 now. I think it went up in Massachusetts. Why do we do the whole LLC thing? I don't know. Because I don't know, the taxes, for what comes in, like not having to pay taxes on my own makes sense. And
if we get sued, it protects us too.
Yeah. Please don't sue us. We produced an in-depth documentary on Cannibal the Musical and its new Blu-ray releases. That was, for me, one of the big highlights. The Red Cow Arcade topic highlights included 3 Nostalgia Critic movie reviews with Jason Graves and Scotty Dunn, collaborations and interviews with Waiting for Nintendo, Confused Matthew, Hats Off Entertainment, and Levi Reed. Levi's big interview was this year. Not to mention he was on Boxes and Boiling.
Those are all bangers, yes.
Interviewed Liam Regan, and that kind of led to like what appears to be what's going to be an ABO Blu-ray release. We did farewells to Patman QC, Rob Reiner, and David Lynch.
Right.
We covered a variety of YouTube news from AVGN to, about his book and the Gnome Cave and Carl Jobst and Gerard the Completionist and even Ethan Klein we talked about a little bit. Several comedic, personal, and anecdotal stories about homeownership, commuting, and our kids. So the Wuzu fan and my train
awesome.
and the adoption of the cowboy hat.
Born in 2025.
Maybe my favorite of the year, profiling the discovery of Super Credit Man.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Angie's incredible handcrafted Red Cow Arcade cross stitch.
It took somewhere in the region of about 2,500 hours.
Holy fuck. Remains behind me. Shitloads of laser discs, PC engines, pickups, all that stuff. Junt's Cart covered the return of Malasades at Grandma's Attic. We did Box Mac 4th of July episode. We went to your house for Christmas. We received official Rapid Macs from the official Rapid Mac people.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That happened this year. We created Boxes and Boiling, the D&D inspired Box Mac game. And what's funny about that? Obviously, there's a little bit of AI usage in that, more than a little bit.
Was this made with AI?
That caused some controversy in the comments with some people. But I think that a lot of Red Cow Arcade fans didn't watch that because of the whole 2 channels thing. And so when we streamed it, it seemed like a lot of people were reacting in the chat for the first time. They're like, I never saw this. This is awesome. This is amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I won't go into it because it's just too fucking controversial and I can't take it. But I watched that video back, EJ, and I'm like, I defend every creative decision that's in this. I think this is a banger fucking video. I think those special effects are fucking cool. And I think it totally works for the rhythm of the video. I don't think I'm hiring a claymation artist to do this in 1 week. And no, I don't think that it'd just be better if we all just didn't have any of those special effects. We'll just talk at each other. No, I don't agree with any. I think that it totally works. And if you hate AI, you can hate AI. But if you judge this thing on its merits, I think it's good. I think you're wrong. Anyway.
I think it totally helps that Matt made those clay figures.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's totally boosted that whole thing. It just even having AI to move its lips. I'm like, what the hell? That's so cool.
Or for me, probably my favorite moment besides, and I don't want the world to see me. Besides that would probably be Combat Begins, please roll for initiative.
Combat begins, please roll initiative.
Push in. Red Cow Minotaur. Sexy Minotaur.
Red Cow
I think it's one of the coolest things that's ever been put to video.
Big bad muscles.
And yeah, it took a lot of vision and iteration and I actually wrote an entire script about the making of that video that I've pretty much trashed because I was like, I can't do it with you fucks. I can't tussle with you in the comments about this stupid topic. But it was me trying to explain the creative process around it. And I was like, they're not going to understand.
No.
They're not going to be cool about this. They belong on Reddit. These people. Go there. No Views featuring Levi. I made appearances, in some cases, both of us made appearances on GTV Japan. I cameoed in his thing for a second with a few other Red Cow people. He had asked if we could do it together, and I totally forgot to record it. So I just ended up doing it myself. Waiting for Nintendo, we were with those guys.
Hell yeah.
I cameoed on Zetharoni's Speed Racer video this year, and Having Fun Up There was reviewed by a YouTuber and fan named MetalDad87, which is really exciting.
Oh, yeah.
And very recently, now after the new year, I appeared on Mark's. Mark has a channel, a video, and I appeared, we watched retro commercials together.
I appeared on, Sorry If It Sucks? That was this year. Yeah, so check that out if you ever...
They can check it out by going to our website.
Yeah, because there's a video on our website.
As a matter of fact, everybody, I collected listed every time that we've ever done like an outside podcast appearance, and I put that in a playlist, and that's now on the channel. You can go watch it anytime. So, you know, us like appearing on weird, low viewed channels, you know, you can watch all that now. You know, some personal stuff. I got these shots in my butt, and my sister overcame breast cancer. And normally I go over like, what did I play for video games? I played very little outside of AVGN 8-bit.
I'm gonna play a good game for once.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
Eartheon and Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World. Yeah, I got the Ambernick D this year. So anything you would add to that list?
No, we're good.
Well, so here's what I want to do next. Resolutions. And by that, I mean, what's Red Cow doing in 2026? Cast a little bit of vision. I remember last year, I was like, oh yeah, I kind of want to do this interview, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. And we pretty much, like, I think if you go back to that video and play back what I was predicting, we pretty much did all of it.
It's true.
If you enjoyed the Cannibal documentary, I would like to make something like that every year. Some in-depth, high-effort thing like that. I think the next one, it's been a long time coming, and it's going to be a crowd pleaser. An in-depth documentary about my edit of the AVGN movie.
Oh, right.
I have downloaded every single behind-the-scenes video he has ever made about that movie. Many of them were scraped off the internet and off his website. They're all in archives. I had to do a lot of digging and a lot of research to get them all, but I got them all. The problem with that movie is that if you play a clip from it, you will get struck. You're out.
Yeah, I was about to ask how you're gonna defeat Screenwave.
Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna be super negative about the movie. I mean, I'm gonna be negative about the movie, but I'm not. It's not. You know, it's obviously for the purposes of critique. So one option is in advance contact Screenwave and be like, "Would you permit this?" Another option is do still frames from the movie. So use the behind the scenes footage a lot to keep the thing alive and moving. But when I'm talking about the cut to maybe like still clips or something, I think it could work. I think, you know, when you're talking about the movie and you're describing it and stuff, maybe I'll have Garish AI video that recreated Freddie Williams from, you know, you've seen him on Red Letter Media, and he's the comic book artist behind Batman versus the Ninja Turtles and lots else. I interviewed him years ago. We've been talking for a while about doing a commentary for American movie. And so we're going to do that. We're going to sit and and that might be another one where we just have to do still stories of the movie.
And I'm going to see it for the first time.
We're going to make that ABO content for the Blu-ray. A couple of years ago, I took like all the blog footage and stuff that we had made for my past movies, ABO and Having Fun Up There. And I had made feature-length documentaries about the making of those. I'd like to do this for the last two movies that I made. So maybe I'll do that for Sexually Frank this year. Patman QC continues to be a fascination of mine, and I think there could be a cool project there. So I might try to reach out to his family, see if there's anything there. I think for conversations on the pod, you can look forward to maybe a Board James lore deep dive. I think that could be fun. Linkara / The Uncanny Valley. I think you can at least expect those in 2026.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Especially if I can get some editors interested. I would like to do another round of RIP restaurants and retail. We got some closed stuff out here. Hoi Tin, China Royale, CompuServe. Did you hear my idea for this? So we haven't really talked all that much about James Rolfe's hot sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike Matei's creamy white sauce. But I was thinking it could be really funny. We'll get a black curtain. We'll get a table. And we will recreate Hot Ones. And you and I will interview John Hunt. And it will be an episode of Box Mac. And we'll feed him Mac, and he has to put the hot sauce on it. And it doesn't have to just be the Screenwave line of product. We could throw in like Billy Mitchell's as well, or Vine sauces.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd like to do that. I'd like to do more slob interviews. I said that I wanted to do that last year with Scotty, but instead we talked to him about other stuff. And finally, and this is big, you will be seeing this year VHS tape releases of Junt SNES, the whole of Junt SNES, and Having Fun Up There, both the movie and the making of on one tape. Those are like pretty much ready to go. So, an exciting 2026, wouldn't you say?
I love the case for Having Fun Up There. It's very it's very nostalgic.
The Columbia TriStar.
I'll be having a baby this year.
Well, that's pretty big.
I don't know what I can promise, but there'll definitely be an RGB Pie review coming soon. And then there'll be a baby. And then I do want to do more EJ Cooks. I've been having ideas, and so I think it might be coming back to the Red Cow channel.
Well, that's exciting. That'd be fun. We need something on that channel.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.